Wow. I wish I had the bright powder, but I know it's locked behind some trainers in Charge Zone Cave, and I'm not gonna go for it. I'm sorry, we're not fighting her, especially with how tight our lol cap is currently. It's not gonna happen. I wish I could, but I cannot. So yeah. Well, I mean, Hitmonlee might be able to kill Ace Trainer Allison on its own. I guess I can check, dude. How's the XP on him? Sure. Let's see, dude. Well, close combat most definitely kills the Borgon Z. I'm not faster, but I can go for fake out. For sure. Then this guy comes out. I do not kill with strength. Do I kill with head smash? No. No, I don't. I need the speed to be able to outspeed Porygon. And as per usual, I do not have safe switch-ins for flying type moves. So I think that's as far as we'd get in the planning. Unless you were the GOAT. You're not the GOAT, you can die. You do not switch. The level advantage does not help us here. Yeah, Hurricane turns out it's a very dangerous move when you do not have switch-ins for it, huh? Haha. Great game, dude. I figure, is this thing faster than... No, it's not. Maybe if I found a way to kill the Borgon Z by switching between two Pokemon or something. Like fake out, U-turn. Oh shit. It can be Ice Beam or Hyper Beam. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not after all, huh? Yeah. What else can outspeed and kill this? Honestly, fire attack comes close to killing, but it's not guaranteed. With choice specs or a normal gem, yeah, I cannot do it because it's careful. Makes sense. Sceptile can definitely. I mean, I fear it'd be able to kill this with Life Orb, with Fake Out into Dual Chop. But then, yeah, it doesn't kill the Noctowl. And I don't even need to check Strength, because Strength would be the same base power as a Dual Chop. Yeah, dude. This is what happens when you don't roll a single Steel type for the entirety of the fucking run. Well, that's not true. I did roll one. But it wasn't resistant to flying. Because it was also part bug. And that encounter was guaranteed either way, so I don't think it would even count. Yeah, this fight can go fuck itself. We're just gonna fight Skyla. I already have the plan for it. We just have to get slightly lucky. There's probably a lot to ask for. We'll see. I'm gonna ditch Protect to this guy, just in case, instead of Psychic. But it's not like I need it. Hitmonlee, Holy in a Patch. With Protect instead of Mach Punch. Yeah. Honestly, could also give it Strength instead of Head Smash. Because I'm not gonna need to click Head Smash. Actually, no, I'm gonna keep it. Fuck that. Yeah. Just in case I need to steer or something. And Jinx here, I cannot give it Bright Powder. Tanya's gonna give it DX per gem. Just per belt. And then this guy with Citrus. Yeah, that's enough. Alright. Now I just have to pre-damage. And that should be all. Alright, let's see how this goes. Since we don't have guaranteed kills for each turn, things can get incredibly messy if we get crits. But the safe Skyla line only exists if you have the right encounters for it, and I don't, so... And this is the best I could come up with. Yeah, Septile and Borgon Z are gonna be etched, and the other guys do not need to be etched. This guy's 268. And I think I have to commit this change before I can do the rest. So... There we go. And now my Septile has to be pre-poisoned. And my Hitmonlee has to be pre-poisoned as well. And pre-damaged to 86. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is it. I'm gonna go over the strat again, just to make sure that I don't fuck it up. I'd say it's correct. I'd say it's correct. Claydol should not die to anything. It doesn't die to Dodrio. Doesn't die to Crobat, obviously. It doesn't die to Gyarados. And Hitmonlee does die to Brave Bird. Dies to Brave Bird and Cross Claw. And it even dies to our slash because I'm pre-damaged. So that should be fine. Okay, here's one more thing. If I kill the Dodrio, okay. Okay, I'm not exactly sure why I thought this try would work when it doesn't. Alright, very cool, man. Fuck this line. I don't know why I thought that if I switch my Claydol out for Sceptile and kill the Dodrio, I would bait Aerodactyl guaranteed. No, it's not. It's fucking not. Porygon can bait. Porygon can bait Swallow. Fuck. So fucking dumb. If I want to make a consistent line, I have to use Kron as bait. Because Kron is the only one besides Porygon Z that baits Swallow. And the only Pokemon I kill the first turn is Dodrio, which means it has to take that slot. Oh, dude. My line doesn't work anymore, dude. Fuck. This game drives me insane sometimes, bro. Fucking fight. Yeah, no, it seems so fucking simple on paper, but Yeah. I honestly think there's no safe line, to be honest. It's all random fucking bullshit at every turn. This strat would work if my Chronon right here could bait attacks from the Crobat. And the Gyarados, I guess. This would allow me to use Discharge the first turn, kill the Dodrio, have the Swallow come out, guaranteed, and with the Swallow out, without its Flame Mode activated, it would not see a kill if I was at level 68, and after one round of Leftovers recovery, like this fucking Crobat right here at level 67, it sees kill when I'm at 100 HP. So when I level up to 68, I get, yeah, 3 more points in HP. So I jump to 103, and then I get 1/16 of 210 in recovery from the Leftovers. I did 13, so I jump to 116. Now the problem with that is that I still do not avoid the KO from Superpower. I just don't. It's this kill on me either way. So it can target that slot, and I don't want it to target that slot. And I cannot give it a Chople Berry because the move that Crobat sees kill with on me is Aura Sphere. And I cannot have the right slot baiting attacks from the Crobat because I need to be able to protect the next turn as well. I cannot employ both slots, the left and the right, to bait different attacks in the same turn because then I'm fucked. Because one of those slots is not going to be able to protect the next turn. And I do not have switch-ins for flying type attacks. And I thought I had solved it when I had just overlooked the fact that my Sceptile does not bait Swallow. Baits the fucking Aerodactyl. Sorry, no. The Aerodactyl is what I wanted to bait. The problem is that even though my Sceptile does bait Aerodactyl, my Porygon Z always baits Swallow. So, to make it consistent, I'd have to bait Swallow with both slots. And the only guy that does that is my Crawdon because I don't have steel types. I have nothing else that's weak to fighting besides the Porygon Z, obviously. But if I had steel type, then my problems would disappear entirely. I wouldn't even have to worry. Because at least I'd have a fucking switch into flying type attacks. This is the moment I'm very sad that my Kabutops slide. But it wasn't even battle armor, so like it could have probably it could have probably died. Brave Bird crit either way, so because that's one frail motherfucker. And that's not even accounting for the fact that I could very well get a crit and get fucked either ways. If I crit either the Crobat or the Gyarados, GG, my guy. I think we're gonna have to plan something a lot more elaborate. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but it seems to me like the best way to go about this, if I do not have the possibility of baiting attacks with 2 slots at the same time, it's fucking unfeasible. I'm gonna have to decrease the speed of the lead, the first 3 Pokemon, with Icy Wind or something, so that next turn I can kill them. Something like that. Jinx obviously cannot do it because it fucking dies to pretty much everything. If I wanted to use Jinx to do that, I'd have to stop Gyarados and Dodrio from clicking moves, and at the same time, I'd have to bait kills from the Crobat with something. And yeah, that's not something that I can do. Because if 2 Pokemon are tasked with keeping Gyarados and or like shutting Gyarados and Dodrio down, then one of those dies. To the Crobat. Yeah. I started streaming thinking that I had a line that worked, and then turns out it didn't. So now we're checking the fucking calculator again. I'm so fucking mad about this fight. Like legit. Like, if I had something to switch into a flying type attack, dude, like a steel type or something that worked, dude, but I don't have shit. What? What do you mean that you now get that people like Peach now? What the fuck? What? Like, what's that supposed to mean? Because he's killed or something? Oh, you didn't think that beating those Nuzlocke was what's the word that I'm looking for? Like a reason for praise? I think his content sucks, but now I see it really is that hard. Oh, his content sucks, huh? Insane claims are being tossed in chat. Hola, Albert. Hola. Ha reiniciado. Mario. Aquí no hay Mario. Y te voy a decir por qué no hay Mario. Porque odio ese puto emote. Una gilipollez. Lo de Mario es casi tanta gilipollez como denominar a Pokémon que son buenos como Mickey Mons. No sé qué pollas es un Mickey Mon. Lo siento mucho. Ah, el furrete majo. I don't know what to do this fight. First time I heard that. Like what? A Mickey Mon. Yeah. Like, I don't manage to make the connection of how a good Mon is supposed to be like a Mickey Mon. Like, they're talking about fucking Mickey Mouse, by the way. Like, it's Mickey Mouse. They're talking about the fucking Disney character. I'm not even joking. They mean it like that. Mickey does not have any other mystical meaning that I don't know about. No, they literally mean that. Like, the only connection that I can make is that Mickey Mouse is the quintessential fiction character, which means a Pokemon that's very good at fiction. It does not exist. That's why they're called Mickey Mons. But like, did someone say Door to Darkness? The darkness. I'm straight up not having a good time. I'll pay for this. Yeah, it seems pretty clear to me at this point that the thing I have to do is go for ISO in the first turn with Milo to drop everyone's speed, but then how the fuck do I manage the baits? How the fuck do I do that? And do I even survive a Brave Bird from Dodrio? Well, I mean I do, yeah. That does not say kill. And if I survive from Dodrio, I definitely survive from Gyarados. That's my losses. I've lost 8 Pokemon. These people are giving me advice on chat that I've already applied when trying to cook this strat. Like, you think I haven't thought about that, and you think I'm not gonna use Protect for this fight. I'm not trying to be cynical of anything, dude, but like, no, that doesn't work. Like, I've tried, and there's definitely Protect and baiting involved in this strat, obviously. As here cries with a plan. Well, I only hear shit suggestions, so yeah, I guess we're even in that front. And you're gonna lose a lot more. No, I'm not gonna do it because I'm gonna find the line, and you guys, I'm gonna shut you guys up. That's what I'm gonna do. Shut you guys up. That's what I'm gonna do. Fucking sack. How do I sack in a triple battle? If I suck something, then the other 2 mons are gonna auto target on my other mons, and they're gonna die as well. Yeah. All right, I have to chill out. I have to chill out. Oof. Oh shit. Ooh. Yeah, sometimes Pichal does this shit on stream as well, which is very funny. Oh, I forgot they had our target. Yeah, they do. What was your Chargestone encounter? Porygon Z. And now you're gonna say, Porygon Z, dude? That's the worst encounter there! Yes. Yeah, look at that, look at that. That it is, the government mandated oof. Alright, man. Nah, not the worst. No. Okay, let's actually go see the encounter, see what it's actually the worst encounter here. Because I've heard of people say that it truly is the fucking worst. I didn't open the correct doc. Dude, I'm not complaining about Porygon Z, mine is very good. So in B2F, which is the pool you wanna pull from, you got Mawile, Zubat, Geodude, Beldum, Chimecho, Porygon, Nosepass, and Voltorb. You know what? I lie. Yeah, you're right. No. You're not right. Chimecho is probably even better than Porygon because it's a steel type. Beldum is a steel type, very good. Geodude, it's a rock type. It's another resistance to flying. It's very good. Zubat, obviously Crobat is fucking insane, not in this fight, but usually it is. Mawile is another steel type, Nosepass is very good, it's all resistance to flying as well. And Voltorb is very fast and it's part steel type, which means it also resists flying. I don't know, man, it does seem to me like Porygon is indeed the worst fucking encounter here. At least for this point in the game. So yeah. For this specifically, considering that Porygon is not a resistance, and the normal types have virtually 0 to none defensive utility, I'd say it probably is the worst encounter. Now, it's not the worst encounter in my case, because I rolled an absolute fucking demonic Porygon Z. It's modest, which I was able to synchro with my Gardevoir, and it's max speed, max special attack. So yeah, my Porygon Z is a noob. So it actually can function as a noob, which is what you want from Porygon Z either way. It's IV dependent in the sense that you want it to kill shit, and if it doesn't have the IVs for it, it doesn't work, but mine does. So I cannot even complain about it. But at the same time, I can complain because it's not what I need at this point. Did you get the specs? I did. I did indeed. Are you gonna tell me, why don't you discharge? Yes. Yes. I'm gonna do that. Your next line will be, why don't you use Choice Specs discharge and clean the lead? No. Does not work. Does not work. No. La 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 la. Didodori, taran, tun, 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 tun. I'm losing my mind, bro. Icy Wind sounds cool. Yeah, I know. It does sound very cool. Because it is. Ah, hell nah. What the fuck was that joke? It's probably what Ruby is thinking here. I wouldn't be able to blame him for that. That's enough with the vitriol for today, to be honest. I'm just gonna try to focus, see how I can beat this shit. It seems to me like I'm gonna have to find a way to get my, like, I'm gonna start with Milo, and then the mon that's gonna be with him is probably going to be Krolland. I'm gonna say that. Krolland holding leftovers in this case. This is gonna make it so much worse. But Krolland with leftovers. This guy honestly can do whatever the fuck he wants. I'm gonna give it White Lens so that it does not miss Icy Wind, because if it does, I kill myself in game. And I'm gonna have to, and then I guess I can have my Clay Doll on the other side, which is not gonna be able to use leftovers anymore. My Clay Doll does not bait kills from anything. We'll probably have to make it so that our Krolland here clicks protect the first turn, baiting attacks from fucking, how is it called again? Dodrio? Well, from everybody, to be honest. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I pretty much myself to be dead to Aura Sphere, to be dead to Bravebird, and yeah. Does Icy Wind spread to all 3 monsters in triple battles? It does. So yeah. And then in that same turn, I'll be switching my Claydol out for pre-damage Sceptile. So I will use Icy Wind, drop that guy's speed. Then the next turn, Krolland will not be baiting kills. Or, well, rather, no, it will be baiting kills, never mind. It will definitely be baiting kills. From the Dodrio. And that's bad. It's bad because if it baits kills, Can I do it so that the Claydol baits kills from Gyarados instead? Or something? No, because it's like this guy right here, the Dodrio, does 70.5% to me, which means I can potentially, like, what I could do is bait kills with Prolonged from the Dodrio, and bait kills from Crobat and Gyarados on the other slot with Warfall and Air Slash. But there's no Pokemon that can accomplish that. That's just, yeah. I'm gonna be honest, that is probably my best bet. Not even joking. Roku. Yeah, that's me. Yeah. I think that's actually my best bet here. Like, the only way I can more or less accomplish what I want to do, like have the Milo use Izuin the first turn on the 3 Pokemon, is by having my Croland only bait kills from the Dodrio, while on the other slot, I switch into we beating Skyla today, or she's beating us. And then on the other slot with Claydol, I should be baiting Warfall from the Gyarados. Now the only problem with that idea is that then I'm not baiting kills with the Crobat, and that's fucking terrible. Huh. We will keep this boys, yeah. Yeah. The issue with that is that I'm gonna be baiting random kills. I'm gonna be baiting random move from the Crobat on either slot, because I will not be able to redirect it. But the silver lining is that it's more likely to go for Aura Sphere on Crawdon, even if it doesn't Z-kill, because of how the AI works in double battles. Because if it's the highest damaging move, and it's also a super effective move, 50% of the time, well, no, 50% of the time it raises to +1, and then it has a chance to go up in score again if it's a super effective move. So even if we're not dead, the fucking guy could go for Aura Sphere on my Crawdon. And at the same time, it's also likely maybe that it goes for Cross Poison on it. It's never gonna get a score raise on Claydol from Cross Poison. If anything, it would have to go for Air Slash on me. And it can also target Milo. And yeah, honestly, if it crits Milo, I do fucking die, but if it crits. And even so, that'd be bad, because then the next turn I'd probably be baiting random moves from it. Yeah. Because yeah, that way it guarantees that my Crawdon will not be targeted the next turn with Brave Bird on the Dodrio, which means which means I'd be able to switch it out into which one? No, it means I'd be able to protect that turn. I'll not be baiting moves with from Dodrio anymore, not Bravebird, because I'd be out of range for kill. And at that point, I'd be able to send in my... Wait, no, that's fucking stupid. Yeah, that's fucking stupid. The goal is to have Crolland by the time that your Dodrio dies. Right. Okay, so like I guess the plan in that case is have my Crolland staying on the field while my Claydol that I switched out for Sceptile detects, and then Crolland think Crolland what? And then if I switch the Sceptile, if I have the Sceptile come in instead of Claydol, then it detects the turn. I kill the Dodrio with Porygon Z, which I will have switched out in place of Milo, and then the fucking solo comes out, and it sees a kill on both Sceptile and the Crolland, and we didn't accomplish shit. All right, man. Do you have a good flying resist? No. This is what has sparked this fucking shit in the first place, not having a flying resist. I'm gonna go to the battle room, be right back. I think it's insanely funny in a way how the validity of the question, do you have? Like just period? Do you have? Period? Is as good or like it's as valid as the question, do you have a good fly and resist? It basically means the same in this game. Do you have encounters? Do you have mons? Do you have enough mons to fill every single role that you'd need in a Nuzlocke? Do you have no? I don't, because there's no encounters. I said there would be no more vitriol in this fucking streaming. Okay, shh. Are you okay? Do you have brain damage? I don't know if that's supposed to be a passive aggressive question here. I have no idea. Do you have? Exactly, that's the question you have to make here. Exactly. Do you have? It's an old meme. Ooh, I see. Oh, is that an emote? Because it's not. Wait, what the fuck? What happened? What did you type, Centenny? Why is it showing as a blank? Oh, I guess because you're doing that on purpose. Full tech. I'm not ignoring you, you're just not typing anything. Oh. I see. That's how it is. That's how it is. Da 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 da. Show box. Here's the box. Do you have a max IV low lightning rod electrode, Mr. Roku? Refer to the original question. Do you have? Can Pori not do stuff? Yeah, it does. It does do stuff with discharge. That's what I was trying to do. But for Porygon to do stuff with discharge, it needs the lead to be slowed down so they can get kills before they try to kill me. Because I do not have enough baits. That's why I'm trying to do this. Does Bennett have any buffs here? Yeah, it's insanely buffed in this game. Is Pori dead to moves from full? No, it's not. But again, my other mons are. And while it's true that I can use them as baits, I cannot use the same thing for baits. Then can you use baits? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, but it's not as simple. Like, that's why I'm trying to slow down things. Like, yeah, that was... Obviously, that's what you do for this fight. Like, bait stuff. Buddy, just lower their HP to 0. Clueless. Do I have to... I'm probably gonna have to go over the strat. Just so you guys understand the situation I'm in. Because holy shit. Okay, man. I'll do it. Why not? Okay, so the original strat was the following. I would have my Grant here. My Porygon Z here. And... Well, this wasn't even the original strat, but what I came up with the first turn. Yeah, I mean, and in this side, you can sort of imagine when I probably use something that does not bait attacks, like, for example, this guy. This guy can take the Intimidate, and he doesn't die to anything from any of these guys. So the idea was to have Crowland here, and then the Porygon, using Electric Gem Discharge, would be able to kill the Dodrio and weaken the Crobat and the Gyarados. Now, problem is, the reason I have to use Crowland here is because both Porygon bait the same Pokemon, which is Swallow, because it has superpower. If I were to use something other than Crowland in this slot, then I could potentially bait Aerodactyl, and that's fucking insanely terrible, because the only Pokemon that speeds and kills this guy in one hit is Dragon Gem Sceptile. If I bait a random Pokemon, then the banded Aerodactyl starts seeing kills in every fucking slot, including my Porygon Z, and everything goes to shit. Straight up. And nothing is safe anymore. And then I do have to worry about the other two Pokemon as well. So the only way to make this as consistent as possible is to use Crawdaunt, right? The problem with Crawdaunt is that it cannot bait all the attacks, right? It can be dead to Aura Sphere and Brave Bird from the Gyarados and even the Brave Bird from the Dodrio. But the problem with this is that if I were to pre-damage myself to be dead to Crobat's Aura Sphere here, it means that when the fucking Swallow came out and I switched my Claydol out for Sceptile to bait his attacks, I'd still be in range for superpower even without the flame or boost. Even if I level up and I equip leftovers, I'm still in range. And that's the only way that I could make it so that I could have my Sceptile come in on the same turn that Aerodactyl does. Otherwise, I risk switching my Sceptile into Superpower, and if I get crit, it dies. So what's the answer to that? Make my Porygon faster. So that it kills the... Make my Porygon faster so that I can kill the Crobat and the Gyarados with a second discharge, while also baiting kills from Swellow in another slot. Or like, rather what I have to do is kill the Swellow on its own. Yeah. If anything, I'd have to kill a Swellow, and then the next turn my Porygon Z would be able to outspeed both the Crobat and the Gyarados because their speed would be lowered, and I'd get the kill with Discharge. I have that one berry that raises Permadeath on low HP. No, you do not have access to that. But in any case, it would have to be something for speed. For defense, sorry. Because the thing I'm dead to is superpower. One thing's for sure, and I think I have to work towards too, is my Cron being on the field the same turn that that the Swallow comes in. Or like have my Cron on the field the same turn that Dodoro dies, so that I guarantee Swallow coming out. Yeah. That's a more accurate way to put it. And we're not even talking about what would happen if my Porygon decided to crit either the Crobat or the Gyarados. Because if that happens, bro, shit hits the fucking ceiling way too fast. I just pretend that crits in my favor do not exist for this fight. So and yeah, Cron would have to hit the field to bait the Swallow, and not only that, it would have not to bait superpower kill. So I can switch my Sceptile in safely. I can hit Discharge, or like I can click Discharge with my Porygon Z, which Sceptile will take nothing from, and I will have it pre-poisoned so that it does not get paralyzed. And the Aerodactyl comes out and I kill it. That's pretty much it. How do I accomplish that? I have no idea. I don't know what led me to think that I had to slow down the lead with Milo first to be able to accomplish that, but it's probably the right way to go about it. Oh yeah, because I cannot use just one slot to bait kills. If I wanted to do it, I'd have to bait kills with both slots. Because otherwise my Crawdon would be dead. The superpower, yeah. Because otherwise I'd have, like, if I only wanted to use Crawdon to bait kills, then it would be very low for me to regain enough HP with leftovers in the level up to avoid getting killed by superpower from the Swallow. So I'd never have a safe switch in. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, I remember now. The idea was to slow down the lead so that Porygon could kill the Dodrio with Tri-Attack. I did not have to click Discharge, which would completely cook my Crawdon. Yeah. While I baited kills on the right slot. That way Crawdon could safely hit the field with the amount of health needed to not bait superpower, but because at the end of the turn he would be on the field, he would bait Swallow. Yeah, that was the plan. That's why I needed the Porygon Z to be faster than the Dodrio. And yeah, there was no way to bait kills on the right slot with all of the Pokemon, which is why I needed to do that. I think. Wait. How much does Tri-Attack do? That's a very favorable range to kill. Why don't I bait kills straight up with a Pokemon on the other slot? And then try to get a 1-hit KO on the Dodrio. Ah, yeah, obviously. I can't do that. Because then the Pokemon that's baiting kills on the right slot cannot protect again. And the Swallow comes out and it can C-kill with Brave Bird. That's the reason. Yeah. Yeah, because the Swallow is faster, man. Like, I know what to do. It's much faster. I cannot switch anything to take a Brave Bird. It just dies. From crit, obviously. What was the plan again? Crop Protect and Body Discharge? Sort of. Yeah, the plan was to have prolonged bait attacks from all 3 mons. Click protect. And have the Porygon click discharge with an electric gem to kill the Dodrio. And weaken Gyarados and Crobat. And because Croland is on the field at that point, I would bait Swallow every single time. Because it's the only thing that has fighting type coverage. To which both Crolant and Porygon Z are weak to. But I cannot do that. I cannot do that because if I bait attacks with Crolant from all of the mons here, both the Gyarados and the Crobat, I will not regain enough HP the next turn with leftovers and the level up to avoid getting killed by unboosted superpower from Swallow, which means I do not have a safe switching into it. That means that I cannot switch my Crolant out for Sceptile while baiting kills exclusively on the right slot, which I would have switched out for Sceptile or something. I would start on the right slot with Claydol, which does not bait kills from anything. Have the kills baited on my Crolant, and then I'd click discharge. My Sceptile would take nothing from it. I would kill the Dodrio. The Swallow would come out. At that point, my Crolant ideally would be avoiding the kill from Superpower. So I'd be able to switch it out for, I don't know, something else. And then I'd use Discharge again while Sceptile detects to absorb the Brave Bird from the Swallow and the kills from the Gyarados and the Crobat. But again, I cannot do that. Wait, so you're pre-damaging Crolant? Yes, I am. Yeah, because if I don't pre-damage it, I'm not baiting kills. And I do have to pre-damage it to bait the kills because it's the only mon in my box that baits, that makes it so that Swallow comes out guaranteed. Like if I'm using Porygon Z as my discharge spammer, or like as my central mon, being a normal type, it baits Swallow. So whatever goes on the left slot, which is the one that's directly in front of the Dodrio, which is it's gonna be the first one to die, has to be weak to fighting as well. And it's Crolant because it's a dark type. There's nothing else. I cannot use anything else because otherwise I risk having the Aerodactyl come out and it baits kills at random. It's already dead to unboosted superpower. No, it's not. Okay, how would I do that? Like, how would I do that? Like, suck what and how and in what situation? How do I do it? Do I suck him on? Like, do I switch my bait out? Something that's baiting 3 attacks, and I sack it or something like that, so that it dies to the first hit and the other 2 go to my other Pokemon, or Like, how do I do that? Would Moses Kron taken turn to only superpower potentially? So you want me to send something that's dead to superpower? Because Crobat and Gyarados would be, if anything, because I'd have them occupied with the right slot. At that point, I would have switched. Yeah, you're right. Why not Crobat and Gyarados? Yeah, you're right. That doesn't work. You're most definitely right there. It doesn't. Because if I kill the Swallow, the next turn, with Discharge, whatever comes in on the left slot has to be Sceptile to kill the Aerodactyl that comes in. Because the way I understand this is that the Pokemon that die on the field are replaced based on their speed. And Swallow is the fastest one, which means he's on the left slot, which means if it dies, that one gets replaced for the Aerodactyl, and then the Crobat gets replaced for the Gliscor, right? Because it's the last one. Yeah. And Crobat is... Oh no. Yeah, actually. Yeah, no, a Pokemon would come out on Crobat, like on Crobat slot, which is on the right, and then that would get repositioned to the center, I think. Okay, so Kron is taking Brave Bird from and Superpower. No, it's only taking Superpower. Claydol, the role of Claydol is not being dead to anything. That's it. The role of Claydol is taking an Intimidate and being switched out. In fact, yeah, Claydol I could switch out for Hitmonlee that also baits attacks. And then on the left slot, the Croland slot could be occupied by a Sceptile. Yeah, you know what angle there is? A wipe angle. Yee, a wipe angle, dude. Throw double protect angle. That's terrible. Then the Swallow dies and the Aerodactyl comes out. No! Oh no! I need to have Sceptile on the field by the time the demon comes out. No, I cannot do that. It's Sceptile survive crit from superpower angle, if anything. Wait, why is Kron not taking moves from Gara and Robat? Well, because if I want to switch in something safely into that slot, like Sceptile, I need not to bait all the attacks anymore, which is why I have it with leftovers equipped, so that the first turn it does, but the next turn it doesn't. But again, if I want myself to be... Like, here's the thing. The first turn, I cannot employ 2 slots to bait attacks. I cannot have Krolon baiting attacks from 2 mons, and then the other slot to bait other attacks. It's impossible. Impossible. Like, the only way that would work is if my Krolon only baited attacks from Dodrio. That'd be very cool, very mwah. But then I have to employ the right slot to take the hits from the Crobat and the Gyarados. And what do I switch into both? Let's see. Let's imagine that I bait Warfall and Air Slash? No. No, I can't. Like, if anything, it'd be better if I could bait both Brave Bird and Cross Poison, but nothing switches into that, except for, of course, Steel type. No, they do not go random, because I switch my Claydol out for Sceptile, so that it starts baiting Cross Poison and Brave Bird. After Krolon does not bait it anymore. No, I can't. Fuck. No, I cannot switch my Sceptile there, because it has to go in the left slot. I'm going insane. Let's switch my Hitmonlee. That's the one. That switch in. That's the one. Yeah, Hitmonlee. Hitmonlee. And now Hitmonlee would be baiting Air Slash and Brave Bird. What if you just take a different lead? Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. That's why I was trying with Milo to use Icy Wind. To speed down the leads. That's what I was working towards too. Hope you get some. Okay, man, Ruby. Hitmonlee endure reversal tech. Trust. While 1 intimidated. 2. Oh, you mean to kill the Aerodactyl? Dude, mine is bold. This guy is bold. It's a piece of shit garbage mon. And that fucking Aerodactyl is relaxed. I was gonna tell you that. Mm. It does not kill without a boosting item. I have to consume my item. Like, yeah. If I were to level it up, it would get 2 more points, right? Yeah, which means it jumped to 3 HP, which retained Reversal's original base power. But then how do I protect Hitmonlee if I go for fake out normal gem into Reversal to kill the Aerodactyl? No, it doesn't. It doesn't learn it. Maybe in other games where they are based enough to give Porygon Z the electric typing, like in Inclement Emerald. In that game, it's normal electric. Which makes a lot of sense, by the way. Let me actually retake the line that I was thinking about first, which is the one where I use Milotic to go for Icy Wind. Yeah. The way that I was thinking about it is that at certain point, I would not be worried to switch my Sceptile in, or like switch my no, how would it work? I don't know, this box is cooked, run is over, GG, go next. I'm not gonna do that. I'm so sorry, but I'm not gonna give up. I know there's a way to do it. I just have to find it. Like, there is definitely a way to do it. Roland is not gonna be the one that baits attacks, though. And neither is Hitmonlee. What do you mean cope? I'm not coping. I know there is a way to do it. Or the trace texturally. It's synchronized. In fact, it's not trace ever. Because Suiku hates us. Like, your roll Gardevoir, I'm gonna make sure your Gardevoir does never have defensive utility. Fuck you. That's what he was thinking about when he changed Gardevoir's abilities. You roll a very underwhelming Psychic type, whose only reason for being is having Trace. Like, that's the only thing it has going for it. Being able to copy abilities, which would give it a semblance of defensive utility. Nah. We don't do that here. Let's give it wait, no, it does have trace. Okay, I'm incredibly japping here. It does have trace. Okay, never mind. I'm fucking stupid. I don't know why I thought it didn't get it. Okay, Roku, yeah, I'm chatting. I'm incredibly chatting right now. I'm wrong. I'm just straight up wrong. Like, maybe I was thinking of Gallade? No. Why I think it didn't get trace? That's very weird. Anyways, it does. How about, hear me out. Control R. Is there a shortcut? Is there a key shortcut to delete your save file? That's probably the best. No, dude, just let me think. Let me think. Oh. I was trying to think. How, like a double fake out lead with something else that can outspeed and kill? Outspeed a Crobat? There's nothing in my box that does that. Like, well, I mean, yeah. You're probably thinking about, like, fake out on the faster mons and kill the Dodrio. Like, for example, with Sceptile. I don't think this actually kills through Intimidate. Yeah, it doesn't. The Intimidate from, or like, this guy, the Jinx. Yeah, but then the fucking Aerodactyl comes out. And I'm fucked. Because the Pokemon that have Fake Out in my team are both Hitmonlee and Sceptile. They're gonna be intimidated. Yeah. They're gonna be intimidated. They will not be able to kill the Aerodactyl, and then there's the Gyarados and the Crobat that I do have to worry about as well. No, it's not over. It's not fucking over. I'm telling you guys. Like, I just have to find a way to manage my baits correctly at first, so that then I can have my Porygon Z kill the Dodrio by outspeeding it after I go for Icy Wind on it. That's what I have to do. I just don't know how to manage my baits on the left, on the right. I'm trying to think about that right now. Man, I'm so excited for attempt 2. Will he get Kingler or not? No, I will get the exact same encounters as I got in this run. I can't! If I hear about fucking Kingler again, I close stream. Like, I'm gonna go offline. I'm gonna go offline because you're gonna force me to do it. You're gonna force me to do it. What do you mean you didn't get the best Fuck! Shut up! You guys want to know why Kingler is so good in this game? You guys want to know why? No, I will not partake in this conversation. I will not do it. Yo, I fucking love that emote. I find it so funny. It's so great. It's so fucking great. It's so fucking great, dude. I love it. It's my son. That cat is my son, dude. Except that to Crobat move? No, it's not. Never. Actually... I will not read further than that. Guys, I think we might be wiping here. I have a hunch. I don't know why. I lead Milo, I go for Icy Wind, I bait kills on Crawlon, I switch the Claydol out for not Hitmonlee. Actually, yes, Hitmonlee. I can go Hitmonlee. It's gonna have to be pre-damaged to hell and back. But honestly, it can be... In fact, I think it can only be Hitmonlee. Because Sceptile cannot afford to lose any health. Because I'm gonna have to have it pre-poisoned. Which means it cannot switch many times onto the field. And Hitmonlee does not need to be pre-poisoned at all. Not anymore, because the strat that I could get first does not work. If I'm gonna be lowering the Pokemon speed with Icy Wind, it means that using Unburden Hitmonlee is not even necessary anymore. Yeah, if I go for Icy Wind and I protect with Crawdon, and then I have my Claydol switch out, and I send my Hitmonlee, and then the next turn is gonna be dead to every single move, so I can go into Porygon Z. I cannot do that because I'd still be baiting attacks from the Dodrio with Crawlon. Unless... No. It's just, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Shit. It doesn't work. Because even if I avoid... Like, I could stay in with Milo. No, I can't. And there's no way I'm faster with Crawlon. With Dodrio at -1. No, I'm not. So it's not like I can even revenge kill it with this. After the Icy Wind. It becomes another 50-50. In which it can either target Hitmonlee or Crawlon. Absolute fucking yikers, bro. And the worst part is I'm starting to get exhausted. I cannot think as clearly as I could 2 hours ago. I think this is gonna be another day in which is Stall fighting Skyla. Because I truly cannot do anything. To be honest, getting these encounters plus running hard caps Probably a surefire way to get shot in the foot. What the fuck is this? August persistent efforts to develop a viable strategy and underscore both the constraints of a hardcore rosters and the limitations imposed by available team options at the stage of the game. The difficulty in formulating a rely. You used AI for this, right? Yeah. But these are my words. What do you mean? Please don't dump AI slot like slop into my chat. I only believe in natural stupidity. Like this. Staring at the clock for hours on end. Fuck. Cook. Yes, I'm trying. I am indeed trying. I am indeed trying very hard. This will be me in a minute. I'll make food. Bye. Alright, man. Joder, tú. Tenía los puros cascos desconectados. El micrófono. La madre que me parió. Creo que ahora van, ¿no? Sí. Te había felicitado por ganar All White. No sé si seguías por aquí, pero... Sí, perfecto. Pero dime algo, capullo. Dime, no te oigo o algo. ¿Sabes qué? Voy a aprovechar esta oportunidad y voy a ir al baño de nuevo. Esto es imposible. Ahora vuelvo. Okay. I know this might be disappointing because, bueno, lo digo en español porque ya me la pela. No encuentro una puta mierda. Creo que el juego me ha querido joder con esta pelea. No me ha dado ningún puto tipo acero que resistiese volador en toda puta run. Y ya está. Y llevo 2 horas haciendo directo y voy a cortar. Porque no encuentro nada. Dime, Carl. ¿Te refieres al original? Ahora todo el mundo juega al Redux. Se lo puedo mirar, supongo. No hay nada, lo cual me hace pensar que muy probablemente en ese juego sí que esté bien la IA. De todas maneras, mira, tan fácil como irte a la calculadora, buscas aquí Blaze Black 2 original Y creo que Cheren, la primera pelea es doble, ¿no? Ah, no, no es doble. Alguna pelea que sea doble. En ese juego. Porque... Esto es dobles, ¿verdad? Sí, a mí me parece que es dobles esto. Esto. Creo que esta pelea es dobles. No el original. Si no lo es, pues yo qué sé. Pero aquí pone que tiene Basic, Evaluate Attacks y Expert. Cual quiere decir que tiene que estar bien. Así que... A ver, espérate, lo voy a comparar con el Blaze Black original. Efectivamente. En el Blaze Black original solo está la básica activada. No tiene la experta ni la de evaluar ataques. Por eso es random. El Blaze Black 2 está bien. Y con esta consulta hecha, me voy a pirar. Porque no he avanzado nada. Y paso de mirar más a la calculadora. Mientras hago directo. Porque es que no... Es que no estoy haciendo nada. No estoy haciendo nada. Vale, chavales, nos vemos.